Hey everybody, we are back for our second episode of this particular seed of Beyond Chaos. When we had last left off, we were just about to enter the Lete River, I believe. I am mostly sure we did the treasure chest. I will double check them really quick. But hopefully everybody has been having a great week so far as we prepare to get this crap done. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, we might even live through it. That'd be great. As last time we got cut off at the end of the second episode. Okay, yeah, we already got these. So yeah, all we've got really left to do is to get on the Lete River itself and hope that Bandon doesn't die along the way. Is there anything worth grabbing here? Probably not really. How are we doing on health? Looks like everybody's good. You are on the back row. So I guess we'll get this show on the road. And while we're loading in here, figured I'd talk about the state of play, I think it was, that Sony just did. It's essentially a Sony Direct, if you're more familiar with the Nintendo Directs. Overall, I thought it was okay at best. There wasn't a whole lot to it that was really exciting. I mean, Crash Bandicoot. I mean, if you're into Crash Bandicoot, if you're into Crash Bandicoot, it's great. You know, it's a fun enough series. I don't really know what the Five Nights at Freddy's game was, because it didn't really look like any of the other ones. In fact, it honestly looked more like a battle royale game, I want to say. But even then, you know, that might not really fall in line with what it would have been. Alright, there's some stuff on the river that absorbs lightning, so I might just have you do physical attacks for the time being. But yeah, it definitely... I guess another thing it could have been is, what's that one game that's like, half of them are just normal humans and the other half are like a monster, and they're trying to escape from the monster. I don't think it's Dying Light. I think Dying Light is the zombie game. I can't remember what the name of the game is off the top of my head right now. But that could very much be what that game is intending to be. Either way, weird change from, like, you know, the traditional kind of Five Nights at Freddy's games. So I guess, you know, if you like the series, that's interesting enough. Sifu looked good. That's sort of a... I'm not sure if it's Chinese or Japanese themed, but very much martial arts based sort of... I mean, it's hard to tell just by looking at it, but I guess it would be an adventure game? It could very well just be a beat 'em up or something along those lines as well. But graphically it looked interesting. The fighting looked very fluid. I'm trying to remember what else they showed. There was the dodgeball game that... It's not really my kind of game, but, you know, I'm sure the audience for it is gonna love it. What was the weird... There was like a space game, which... It looked interesting in a I don't really know what I'm looking at sort of way. I forget what the name of it is off the top of my head right now, but that one looked at least vaguely interesting. Trying to remember what else. As far as like the non-last game was. So none of the other stuff really sinks into my mind. So I guess we'll go to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is a strange choice in many ways. I mean, the fact that they're doing a souped-up version on the PS5 isn't that surprising, but having it be its own name and everything is a little weird. But probably the weirdest part is just the fact that you can't even play the Yuffie DLC unless you have a PS5. Which just seems like a weird choice to me. Because right now, PS5s are hard to find in general. And the main ones you will find are ones that have been scalped, so rather than playing, I think it's like, what, 700 or something here in Australia, might even be 800. You're paying like in the thousands for it. And I like Yuffie, don't get me wrong, Yuffie's great. She's not $1,200 to buy the PS5 and then another, I don't know, $30 for the DLC good. So it just seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot as far as potential sales go, because I think a good chunk of people who have the original on the PS4 would love to play that DLC and would have paid top dollar to get involved in it. And then you have, they're putting Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS Plus sort of free games list. But they don't get the free upgrade to the PS5 version. Okay. So that does not get blocked. Okay, you absorb electricity, so I don't want to do that. Let's have you tonic her because she's the most important one. Guess we'll try to stop him, see what happens. Which, I mean, it's good that they made it so that you can, you know, upgrade your stuff for free. I mean, you still need the PS5, which it's probably nothing we're going to be rushing into getting just for the sheer price and difficulty to find. If I can ever get one at any point, I'll go ahead and grab it, but I would imagine it's not going to be for a little while, especially seeing that aside from Demon Souls, there's not a whole lot of reason I have for needing one at this point in time. Alright, let's see what you have real quick. So we got dried meat ×2, a tonic, an antidote, some beads, and an economizer. The economizer, potentially very good to have. Other things that they announced with the FF7 group is there's sort of a chibi remake of the original game coming onto phones. That's neat enough, I suppose. I mean, I would imagine most people that would want to play through 7 at this point would probably go for the remake over that. But I guess if that's free, it's implied to be episodic, so if they're free, I imagine people maybe check it out. The real weird one is probably the Battle Royale phone game they've announced for Final Fantasy VII. Because when you think of Final Fantasy VII, you're probably not thinking we should have a Battle Royale game for that. Like, the target audience for Final Fantasy VII, I can't imagine the majority of them would be interested in a Battle Royale game. But I could be mistaken. You know, Final Fantasy VII is probably more mainstream than the majority of the games in the series, just from the sheer popularity of it back in the day. So I guess we will see how it plays out, but right now it just seems like a weird choice. I'm guessing our bolt is going to be my best shot of a AoE attack. Unfortunately, they absorb it. The fact that we have Golem does provide a bit of a buffer to Banon, thankfully. That doesn't necessarily mean he is completely devoid of safety, mind, but still, he's safer than he would otherwise be. We did get some drops in there. Is there anything new? Seemingly just the fire scheme, which is nothing that we're gonna learn anything else from. If you're wondering why I'm not going into the tutorial room to take advantage of the free healing point, it's because due to changes made to Kefka's Tower, you cannot no longer go in there because they use the memory from the rooms to do stuff with Kefka's Tower. So unfortunately, no free heal when you come in through this way. I did see there was a Pokemon Direct. I haven't watched it yet. I did see people talking about how there's some new game that's very much like Breath of the Wild, but with Pokemon. Which, I mean, it sounds more interesting than your traditional Pokemon game. That's a series that I've dipped into now and again, but I wouldn't say I've become hugely into it. I played the original before it was released in America. Like, I used a translation guide to play through it, the red version. But aside from that, in Pokemon Go, I haven't played a whole lot of it. Might be a series that's worth looking into at some point, just to see if I'm into it or not. I mean, the first one was okay. I'm more of a storyline guy, so the fact that there's minimal as far as storyline goes with it kind of hurt it to a degree for me. And I'm not actually gonna go for this chest. This just gives me a little bit of a shortcut of sorts where there's no encounters. It's not that much of a shortcut, honestly, but it's better than nothing. And while I have Bannon in the party where he can die just and cause a game over by himself, it's not really worth mucking around. Of course, last time we did a seed on here, we got to the Phantom Train and we got a ghost that ended up killing us. Which, I mean, I don't really know if we will be sufficient enough to be able to go without getting the ghost. I guess it depends what Cyan and Shadow has. But for now, we can unequip you guys and say goodbye to probably our strongest character, unfortunately, in Reiko. I mean, Sabin's skill set is not great, honestly. He's not going to be a team carrier, I can tell you that much. Does the Regal Crown have any effects? Was there a reason I kept him in... Hold on, let me look at the Ninja Gear and the Regal Crown just to double check it real quick. Ninja Gear's plain. Where is the Regal Crown? No, that's normal too. Alright, well, if that's otherwise fine, sure. No, we don't want the Star Pendant. In fact, I probably want to sell the Star Pendant. Although there might be some value in keeping it just to get rid of poisons temporarily. Does the beads have any extra effects on it? No, okay. Can't remember if Mithril Glove does. So let's give you the beads. That way I can double check this. Okay, that's just normal. Alright, that'll do. Now we got cheap shurikens. I have enough money to justify getting a bunch of them in case we do get a thrower. I've already got the 2 tools. See, it says that's better, but I'll grab one. Why not? We'll see what it does. Doesn't do anything significant, so that's good. And we don't really want to buy gear for Shadow because he could leave. And this allows us to see what you have. Alright, so you have Fight, Jump, Disaster, Cho? Chocobop? I forget what Disaster does offhand. Either way, nothing that's really gonna help us too much. Okay, so it is Disaster. And it is Chocobop, so... I mean, if it hits everybody, I can't exactly complain about it. And Disaster does something, I just don't remember what. Could be worse, could be better. And we'll get Cyan momentarily, so hopefully he will bring something better to the party. That is not ideal. I do have healing items though, so maybe we can mitigate that. Well, it was enough to kill him, even if it doesn't do much to these cats here. Alright, head down here. Get one more fight out of this. I do have Drain in a tight spot, I guess. We really need Cyan to have something worthwhile, because losing Golem below fish sucks, for lack of a better way of putting it. Chocobop didn't do much to him. That will certainly do the job. Kung Fu suit. Is that new, or do we already have one? It is new. Looks normal. Nothing you can wear though, so nothing I have to care about. And we've made it. Alright, we got CJ Rin. Named after one of the regulars in the Beyond Chaos community. And what does CJ Rin have? First of all, let's check your stuff. The fact that you don't have a helmet is questionable. An Aegis shield could potentially be nice. That seems to be a normal one. I guess we'll give you the best potential. It's weird you can't wear any helmets yet. Alright, put you in the back row. What do you have? Fight launcher magic item. Okay. Although I suspect launcher's the weaker one. I could be wrong there, though. Alright, I guess you can have this for right now, and... What does goggles have any other effect? No. No, and I'll give you Mithril Glove just for safety's sake. Alright, what spells do you come with? You have Cure 2. Okay. That's not bad to find. Well, let's see how strong a launcher is. Okay, maybe that is the decent one. Because there's one that just does sort of a weird percentage damage that is quite terrible. That might make up a bit for... Or maybe that is the percentage damage one. Okay, we got dice. We'll see how that plays out against other stuff. Now, where's that dice we just got? Just has a normal dice effect. Good to know. Alright, let's hit this. He'll come check it. Because we hit it instead of kick it, we don't have to fight the enemy there. Otherwise, you have to fight that dog. Free Revivify, which is going to be useful in a few minutes, basically. Assuming we make it all the way over to the Phantom Train this time. I mean, that's sort of a maybe we will, maybe we won't circumstance, if I'm being honest with you. As currently, our team is okay, but I wouldn't say great. We only have really one AoE functionality. Yeah, it's not even that good of one. Green Beret, Regal Cutlass. Alright, how's the Green Beret compared to the normal? That's vanilla. You can't equip it, so irrelevant to you. Don't want to equip Shadow because he leaves. I mean, I'll take the money, but not really too exciting in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I see no real reason to not use that in the hopes that it does hit everybody else. We'll get rid of those two at least. I can switch you to jumping. At least after this bit, we'll have more people in the party. Okay, not too bad. I will take free dried meat, why not? Do not want to risk opening up any chest here, because I am just one person by themselves. So better to just go right into here and trigger the next bit here. Okay, with this should kill all of them. So I guess to go into stream information, this week we're going to be finishing up T Edition. We should only have one more stream of it. That's going to be on Monday, just to sort of wrap it up before we get into anything else. After that we have more of Yakuza 5. We've got some Octopath Traveler at the end of the week as well. As far as what's going to be coming after that, I'm eventually going to work in Fallout 4 survival mode, which hardest difficulty. Yeah, there's no fast travel, any of that stuff going on. As far as what we're going to be doing on the YouTube channel after I've finished with this particular seed, no matter how it ends, I'm still kind of deciding. I had to remove a Fallout 4 free enterprise seed because, for one, for whatever reason, my mic was muted. I'm guessing there was a Windows update and I hadn't noticed yet that it swapped around my my settings. But on top of that, we also had a few copyright things saying, oh, you know, this song that's in the game. I'm assuming part of that's because my mic wasn't working, so it wasn't having me talk over it. But it might just be that free enterprise in general is going to be a pain in my ass. And if that's the case, I might have to get in the habit of either putting on different music in the background or using Rainwave, which is something I often use on my stream, which is sort of like a radio station that plays game music, mostly pulled from OC Remix. But I'll figure out something, because I do want to replace it with another playing of one of the beta seeds, especially since they added stuff to the beta seed after I had already finished recording it. They added super weapons from the GBA version. And I would very much like to play a seed with that active. But we'll see how it goes. It depends on if I have the time to do so. As unfortunately, if I'm not streaming, I'm either working or looking after my daughter, so finding an hour to sit down and record something, while it doesn't sound like that'd be that difficult, it can be tricky at times. Alright. All done with that. Now we want to avoid fights until we get on the train, because we can't risk Shadow leaving. Especially seeing as how he has got our AoE ability. I mean, we could fight stuff if he runs, but since he's our best shot of killing stuff outright, it's probably best to just move on. Can't run is going to be a problem. Also have to be careful using the drain command, because I don't know what's going to count as undead and what isn't. And if I try to drain something that's undead, it will just kill me, so I don't need that in my life. Let's try going down here. Alright, we're gonna have a tricky one today as far as finding the right path, I see. Because one of the flags involves the Phantom Forest being randomized and where each path goes, so you could end up accidentally going in a loop without meaning to. Okay, there we go. Could have been worse. And we're taking a lot more damage on Conquer than I would like as we're running through here, but momentarily we will be on the train. Do our little dance, and then we can move on. Now the question is, do I risk grabbing a sidekick? Because we don't have a particularly strong team right now. So I am a little concerned about our damage output. That being said, I'm also a little concerned about them being auto-confused and killing me, so... I guess we'll see how it goes. First of all, you should be in the back, as should you. Fight, morph, drain item. I could always have you do drain just to do testing. Failing that, you're fine. If anything, if he is auto-confused, I should note what he's wearing. But for now, I am going to assume he will be okay. Alright, Alright, if we can find who can equip gambling weapons, we have 2 of them. Okay, looks like you're otherwise fine, so that's good. As long as he is safe, then we are all good. He has a decent amount of HP, too. Not much in the power department, though, unfortunately. Maybe that just displays low if he doesn't have much health left for that one. Didn't seem like Chocobop and that did too much to him, so I'm just gonna have them attack normally. They seem to be relatively low HP. Relatively low experience as well, unfortunately. Alright, I mean, I'll grab that in case we find a tools user, but aside from that, there's not a whole lot here I care about, so we're just gonna move on. Alright, this I'll probably be more likely to want to use Disaster Chocobop. Now the missile does hit everybody, but I imagine split damage will be pretty weak. That's not good. Only did to 1 person though, surprisingly. Be aware of that death counter though. They'd probably be better off to not even bother fighting them. Luckily, we do have some healing items to mitigate that a bit. So if I remember right, last time we didn't even make it all the way to the food car. I think we get to the shop, and as we were going into the next rooms, we just sort of got boned. So at least we're doing better than we were. We have a blind status. Not great, but I think I can heal that without too much trouble. Oh, plus we get a free eye drop, so... If I can't, I can just do this, so, that one, and then I'll put Mithril Glove back on. Okay, we're good. Alright. First half of the train is done. These guys I've yet to see, so I'm not sure what I'm expecting from them. Hopefully nothing too nasty as far as the death counter goes. We are making our way to a food car so we can get a free heal, worst case scenario. Okay, not too bad. May as well get my free top-up while I'm here. Also get through the cutscene so we can do this a little bit quicker. Although I forget if he always comes out or not. Because with the Texas ROM, it can be somewhat hard to tell what's getting expedited and what isn't. I think they're going to be floating, so they... Okay. That was a lot of HP. The fact that they're still standing is somewhat concerning. They have a decent amount of HP. Good amount of experience, though. Damn it, I didn't mean to go in there. Crap. Tunnel armor, okay. Potentially will be bad. Let's have you jump. Let's have you drain. You can launch her. At the very least, you can keep yourself alive. Okay, that's just outright missing, so it's probably better to just have you fight normally. I really wish you had throw. Oh, okay, I was about to say that's bad, but it wasn't an actual flare. That was just something named flare. Oh, well, a little preview for the fight with Locke down the line. We got an elixir out of it, so I mean, there's that. Let's take advantage of your cure too, I think. Somewhat of a rude monster in a box, all things considered. Can't remember if you can get drops off of this guy. He normally doesn't do much damage, rather, I should say. Especially if that triggers. Yeah, free green cherry, I suppose. Nothing too exciting, unfortunately. This is the room I thought I was going into. That can't be good. Can't run away. Uh-oh. Let's try draining. Let's try this. What do we have that's breakable? Shurikens can be broken. That does something to me. Mithril shield can be broken to do something to him. I'll try it. That is very no good. Alright, let's have you jump. What was that? I think that was sleep? Oh, I meant for this to say item break information. So, Mithril shield. It looked like it did sleep. Which unfortunately in this case missed. Let's have you drain. Oh, enough to squeak by that. So why did that have the boss kill effect? Trying to think of what that could have replaced. Alright, well. We got through it, we got diamond armor for our trouble. For the most part, we're more or less untouched. Ground can wear that. Is he in our current party? Yes, he is. Nah. Yeah, why not? Also should check your equipment at this point. Nothing really. It's really weird he can't equip any helmets whatsoever. Oh yeah, we don't want to fight the ghost things. The ghost things are what did the lightning. It is not worth the risk, unfortunately. I can skip that room and go right to the second one. Same encounter as before, so skip it. Diamond Helm. How does that compare to what we already have? Did we already have one as well? Reiko and Flick. Seems normal. But nobody in the current party can use it. Free Phoenix down, an EP, and a Metal Knuckle. Bio Effect. Okay, that's worth noting. I mean, Conquerors can equip it, as can CJ Rin, so definitely going to be more helpful than the Regal Cutlass, I would assume. And that's about all she wrote, so we're going to lose our Ghost. And now comes the question of, can we get off the train? Now, we do have a Revivify, so I could try to auto-kill him, but he's not always undead, is the problem. Let's see about topping us up a little bit. You're the only one who really needs it. We have 3 Revivifies. Let's give it a go and see what happens. He's probably going to get the first attack, which he'll miss, which is good. Now, are you actually undead? Yes, you are. Okay. Free kill. We're still going. Kotetsu. Can't remember if we've already had that or not. So, since we didn't get here before, essentially this whole bit here is just on a timer. So you can rearrange your info, look at stuff if you need to. That's a ground flyer weapon, which is the one he already has equipped. And after a certain amount of time, when you leave this, it'll fade to black and put you outside. Now here, we want to unequip Conquer, because the chances of us... Well, he's about to leave the party, and... I mean, he didn't have anything important here gear-wise, but the chance of you using him again until you have to is probably pretty low, honestly. Because you technically can rent him again outside of Kolingen, but because he can run away at any time, it's usually not worth the effort. No, he's gonna leave anyway. Alright, fair enough. It's not like I'm gonna lose anything out of the proceedings, so screw it. But yes, he can do that at any point if you rent him in Kolingen, so it's not really worth the effort. You're better off just using somebody else in your group. Now, this fight, in vanilla, you would basically be waiting. It's about somewhere between 30 to 70 seconds. You'd be listening to the background music, and there's a little crescendo part. Since we have randomized music, I can't really listen for that. So I'm just gonna have to wing it after a little while and hope that I've waited enough time. So basically, if I kill this fish before that time period expands, it'll spawn more of these sort of low-tier fish. Whereas if I attack him at the right amount of time, it'll spawn the boss fish, which will complete the fight And then we can move on to Gao if we get through that section of the fight. Which probably would be best to set up with you so I can use launcher on the other fish. Let's give it a risk now. Hey, there we go. Miss. Off to a great start. I forget if you restore your MP. I'm going to assume you do not. Oh, no, you do. Okay. So at least I can cure if I need to. Which, depending on how much damage this does, may be necessary immediately. See if I can drain you. I can. Okay, cool. And that'll keep everybody topped up for worst case scenario situations. We should be okay? Yeah, okay. This will lead us to finding out what Gao has. Which so far, the non-Terra section of the party has not been fantastic, if I'm being honest with you. And, I mean, Gao, or Terra rather, she's gone for a good chunk of the world of balance, so it is unfortunate that that is the case. Have we seen it? It looks like we've seen heavy shields before. Did Circlet have anything important on it? I don't even remember us having a circlet. I'll have to look at that in a minute. I know we've seen that before. Let's double check that circlet doesn't have anything special. Doesn't look like it. And you can have ninja gear. I know that's safe. Thief glove. Oh, okay, so you might have that thing. Oh, you have Golem Haste. And level question mark Pearl Bio? So fight Goal Haste, which I'm assuming is Golem Haste. I'll double check that as well. And what does the Thief Glove do again? Bismarck Soul. That changes Goal Haste into that, okay. I mean, Golem Haste is good. Fake Mustache changes the LP to Bio into Sonic Boom, which could have its uses. For now, we'll do some recon to double check that they are what I think they are. So we do want to make our way back over to this town here. Check this one first. Okay, so that is what I thought. Alright, I guess we'll test this one now. I mean, at least most of his attacks involve protecting or hitting everybody, so... So it is level question mark Pearl and Bio. Guess we'll give you this, and I'll give you this temporarily so we can see if either of those other two are more worth my time. Because Golem Haste is not bad, but there might be better uses. Because Bismarck's more likely to kill most things. Unless they absorb water. And that's just a straight up auto kill. So that one definitely seems more useful. Let me verify that that's what it is. Sonic Boom I'm less certain about. I don't even remember what it does offhand. Excuse me, if I could just get by, thank you. Alright, anything significant here? I mean, you can equip that. I mean, I'll get one just because it's better for Gao, although I don't know how much attacking he will be doing, honestly. Also, check this mithril vest, looks normal. And that looks normal as well. It's better than what you have on, at least, so there's that. Still haven't found a helm that he can use. Nothing needed there right now. I think we have to talk to the guy in bed before we can actually turn in that, so I'll do that real quick. Now they're expensive, so I'll save the money till we're back with the lock, I think. So we're not too far away from him. I gotta do that, read you this, then go and pay the money to send the thing, and then we just go over and get our item, if I'm remembering right. Also, I'll take a safety bit. Let me double check that the safety bit is actually the norm. Looks normal, okay. No, I'd rather have safety bit on you than the other thing, because I think Bismarck's Soul Out will get the job done without me having to worry about Sonic Boom. And if I need to Golem or Haste, I'd rather have access to that. Charm Bangle is interesting. Chances are I won't use it, because I want to take encounters unless they're particularly dangerous. But it's no harm in having it available. Guard Ring. That's the one that just casts safe outright. And that works normally. Okay, I mean, it's probably better to give you that than the one that just has a chance of triggering it, so screw it. Alright, well, I guess Gao, for the most part, is better off than anybody else in the party. So we probably have enough of a leeway to just go for it at this point. We do have two AoE people, even if one of them may or may not hit, depending on our luck. That was enough to hit. Gao's probably the closest to a necessary component in the entirety of the game so far. The question is with Celeste, do I want to go for the Flame Shield Experience Egg and risk just having Locke by himself? So that is a tough call. Flame Shield's pretty good to have, but I'm not 100% sure how soon I can bring actual Celeste into the party. Because I think I'd have to get through the entirety of the Magitech factory. Which, depending on how good Kutan is, could determine whether or not that is viable. I mean, having the experience egg wouldn't be too bad, obviously. I would also have to worry about fighting tunnel armor with just Locke. Because I don't know what I have as far as good breakables for him. Like if I had a rod or something that would be breakable for an effect, might be worthwhile. But I don't really have one, so I'm thinking it's probably better to just go get Celeste. It'd be far less dangerous, at least. I'm just not sure if Locke really has the functionality I would require to survive going just solo. Although that experience egg, it's tough to turn that down, honestly. Nah, I think if he had a paladin shield, I'd be willing to give it a shot, but I think for just a flame shield, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to find those again somewhere down the line. It's just not worth the risk. An Imperial. Is that good for anybody? Nobody can use it yet. Good to know. A cure ring. 50% damage from poison, auto regen. I forget if that's normal, the 50% damage, so I'm gonna jot it down just in case. It probably was like that originally, but it's best to note it down in case it isn't. I mean, we're close enough to the end of this, it's probably not worth going through the trouble of equipping it, because I'm gonna be taking it right off after this next bit. I mean, the Serpent's Trench can be dangerous when you run this randomizer. Just like Mount Colts, this is where some nasty stuff can be. Especially if you're not seeing much inside the Phantom Train, it's highly likely to be here instead. But both were kind of laid back. I mean, I say that with encountering 2 monster-in-a-box bosses, but I mean, we survived. It could have been worse. So once we make it through this cave, it sort of just jumps you right to the town. So for the most part, the only dangers we have is the potential for a monster in a box in this chest and the potential for one in IKEA itself. Ooh, a fire rod. Now that... that's making the solo Locke thing seems like something I might want to consider. See, I don't know what Celeste has as a skill set, though, is the problem. I mean, that's banking on me surviving long enough to make it to the point where I can take advantage of that, which is not a guarantee. And we don't have enough to afford most of those things. You look weird. Wait, why is talking to you giving me the shop? Oh, I guess you're the shopkeeper and not the little boy. That's weird, okay. Yeah, we already have the tools done, so nothing we need there. Nah, nothing really to write home about. Alright, roll the dice and checking this clock and then move on to lock. A relic ring. Which usually are a no-go. Yeah, this is another one that's a no-go. Alright, well, let's swap on over to lock. That's probably where we'll wrap up for today, because it has been about an hour. But first, I need to make sure I remembered unequip. Because Locke may have need of some of this equipment. Alright, and that will put us here, which I might as well start your thing. And we can make a decision as far as what we want to do after the fact. Metal Knuckle is stronger. Does it have any negative effects, though? No? No, okay. Well, then that's golden. Gold shield is fine. Might give you that for the extra experience, or not extra experience, extra life. Give you the safety bit and maybe the hero ring. And real quick, while I'm thinking about it, let's head over here. We can do this fight just to get the costume, I guess. So we'll be ready to go to the next section. Ooh, these are expensive now. Okay, the prices have changed. It's unfortunate, but oh well. Unless they were in Figaro. Like the actual castle town. Maybe they were. But for now, we will go ahead and drop a save, and we will be back next week with more of this. Continuing along, probably get past Kefka and Narsh if I had to wager a guess. But for now, I will bid you adieu and see you next week. Have a good one.